Welcome back, everybody, to the Insightful Podcast. We gain insight in order to move forward in life. Today, I'm very excited because, as you guys can tell, the quality of the podcast is much better. And that's because I got a new camera. With this new camera, I'm even more driven to film more podcasts because I know the quality is just going to be that much better. So, today is a Q&A, and I threw up some like a poll or a question and answer thing on my Instagram. So let's go over the questions I got. I didn't get too many, but let's get right into it and answer those questions. So the first question is: were you born being skibbity, or did you acquire the skill while mogging? Uh, we'll just go past that one. Next question is: how do you stay consistent at waking up early? The best way that I could say you could stay consistent with waking up early is you need to have a reason to be up that early, because a lot of people will just want to wake up early because it seems like the productive thing to do. But if you have no reason to, you will struggle with actually doing it consistently. So the best way it works for me is because there's a lot of things I can't get done in a day if I don't wake up early. For example, the gym. I'm doing business work at night and those things have to be done. And if I don't wake up early and go to the gym, I have to take a rest day. And there's been plenty of times where that has happened. And, I end up feeling bad about myself after that. So the best thing you could do is you need to realize that you have to have a reason to be up early. I get up at 4 because that's the best way I could fill in my whole day with all the things I need to get done. And I'm actually pretty happy with myself because this week I've gone the whole entire week waking up at 4 and I've got a lot of things done. I've been super productive. And the next thing you need to do in order to wake up early consistently is you need to have a schedule. When I write on my schedule what I do when I wake up, my morning routine, clean my room up, do all these different types of things, make my shake before the gym, go to the gym. When I have everything scheduled out, I know what I have to do when I wake up. So it's not like I wake up sitting on my bed and thinking, okay, what do I do next? Right. So the two biggest things you could do if you want to start waking up early is just scheduling your day and having a reason to get up that early. Because if you don't have a reason to, you'll always kind of wake up and doubt yourself and be like, oh, I don't really need to be up this early. I could still get everything done later on. So you want to make sure that all those things are in line, and then you'll be able to wake up early. Let's take a quick break to speak about the sponsor for the podcast. I am now working with a company called Attilius Apparel, and if you want Christian fitness wear that looks like this, or this, click the link in the description. Now let's get back into the podcast. The next question I got was, when are you going to stream ball hockey and give me a post-game interview with the MVP? To the person asked this question, you know who you are, and I will be playing ball hockey once I have the time, and I'll show up, and then I'll give that post-game interview. So keep that in mind. You know who you are. My next question is, what is your perspective on religion? So this is a very, I guess, vague question, but I'll answer it to the best of my ability. So my perspective on religion in general is that I believe being a religious person, there isn't many downsides, right? To my knowledge, there's a lot of religion is just a way of life and a bunch of practices that you implement into your life and disciplines that bring you closer to God. And I feel like most religions share that. And I think that's nothing but beneficial. I think, when I look back at myself before I became a religious man and wanted to be Christian and wanted to strengthen my connection with God, I think I've just become a more well-rounded and better person since I started becoming closer with God. So I never really saw any downside to it. And I think that's applicable throughout all the religions. Whatever you decide to believe in, whatever you decide to label as God for you in your life, I think it's nothing but beneficial, you know, and it just keeps you centered with having a religion and having these disciplines and these practices, because you deny yourself from like instant pleasures because of these religions, and if you actually stick to the belief system and stick to the disciplines. But yeah, I think religion is important. I think because I've become more of a religious person, I'm on a good path. I feel like I'm not making the same mistakes I once did from my past. So, I would recommend religion to anyone. I would recommend, researching and learning about each religion and seeing what it has to offer you and seeing how it can develop you into a better person if you decide to follow that. So, no matter what religion you are, I think there's always benefits to following God and finding your strength within God and centering yourself, because the world can get so crazy sometimes and your life can be all over the place. But if you have God in your life, you're able to stay centered and not let those things consume you. So I think it's very important that you believe in some form of religion. But also, if you don't decide to, that's not a bad thing as well. You could still be a good person without religion. That's a misconception sometimes with people that that are religious. They'll say that if you don't have religion, you're not a good person, which I completely disagree with. So I guess that's my perspective on religion in general. Obviously, I decided to follow Christianity. Yes, I was brought up uh, Catholic, but to me, I don't really connect myself completely with Roman Catholicism. I focus more on my connection with Jesus and my connection with God. And, a Christian is just a follower of Christ. So I think you need to make it your own and, read whatever religious text that you want to follow and kind of interpret it and follow the practices, learn. So I think it's very important to have religion in your life. And actually, there's only 5 questions. So, the last question is, what made you want to climb mountain and see beautiful scenery in different countries? So, I don't know if this is a joke or it's kind of like I don't know, but I don't know what he's really talking about, but I think it's because of the pictures I post on my like morning videos with I guessing from the climber and from all the animes that I post, the relatable posts. So, maybe I don't actually do that, but one day the goal is to actually, travel a lot and experience that. We climb these beautiful mountains, as you say, see the amazing scenery, and that would be a great life. I think all of us want to experience that at some point, is traveling and experiencing new things and seeing what the world has to offer. So maybe I'm not that person yet, but maybe me posting those kind of videos all the time is just a manifestation of one day it happening. And when it does happen, I'll make some content about it, and it'll be a great time and you guys will enjoy it as well. So I guess that's all I really have to say about that question. But that was the Q&A, guys. Like I said, the goal is to post 16 podcast episodes a month. That will get me to 200 episodes by the end of the year. And you guys are killing it with the CJack podcast. I see the feedback and you guys love it, which I'm so proud of, because he's a great person and I knew it was going to be a great episode. So thank you for the support on that episode. But we're going to close it out here. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the podcast and making it this far. A bit of a shorter one, but it is what it is. And also, any questions you have regarding self improvement, about the podcast, about me as a person, you could comment on this video on Spotify, YouTube, the clips, and I'll start accumulating all those questions so that the end of next month I do another Q&A and I'll keep all those questions in mind. So thank you everybody for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.